When this is over, you will pay.
Found next Tuesday on NBC and Peacock.
Okay, folks, take your places, please.
Let's go win this sucker.
The Voice, live Monday and Tuesday.
I'm attorney Deborah Brose. I am committed to my clients across South Central Kentucky. But don't just take it from me. If you've been injured in a car wreck, I can help. Call our office today for a free consultation.
Bowling Green Fireplace and Grill.
Good evening, Chris Allen here with News 40 at 10. Wow, is it cold outside? We've got nothing but a clear sky on radar. It's been sunny all day, and now without any cloud cover, all the heat, what little heat we had today, escaped. And it's escaping right now. Morning lows started in the teens in some cases, 20s in others. Right now, we're looking at temperatures already dropping into the teens. It's a sign of things to come tonight. My forecast for the next 7 days coming up in just a few minutes.
Good evening and thank you for joining us, everyone. For News 40 at 10, I'm Michael Ridgway. For our top story tonight, one man is facing several charges after authorities say he was trafficking narcotics in Allen County. The Allen County Scottsville Crime Task Force says that after a year-long investigation since September of 2022, they arrested this man, Terry W. Jackson. Authorities say that Jackson was distributing hydrocodone and gabapentin pills to multiple people in Allen County. Jackson was arrested Monday and is facing 3 counts of first-degree trafficking and controlled substance. In more local news, the Kentucky Judicial Commission on Mental Health is making the final stop of its listening tour at the Sloan Convention Center tomorrow evening. The purpose of the tour is to hear the lived experiences of those who have had mental health or addiction-related law enforcement interactions or incarceration. The commission hopes to use these experiences to systematically change the way in which law enforcement officers, courts, and correctional facilities handle those suffering from mental health disorders and addiction.
We needed to hear from individuals with lived experience about the successes and also the barriers that they encountered when they went through the behavioral health in the court system. So we set out on a listening tour at the end of August, and Bowling Green will actually be our final stop tomorrow night.
Those with similar experiences are encouraged to come to the event and give their perspective to the commission. For more information, you can visit kycourts.gov/KJCMH. Well, shifting gears now, the holidays are here, and protecting yourself while celebrating with family and friends is a perfect gift. News 40's Noah Fairber has more on how you can post safely to social media this holiday season.
With the holiday season in full swing, it's important to be aware of what you post on social media.
The one thing that people really need to bear in mind is when in doubt, leave it out. Sometimes it feels like something didn't happen if we don't represent it on our social media. But in fact, letting too much information about your life, your presence, your children, anything about perhaps your family, all of these things are sort of opening the door a little wider to somebody who wants to take advantage.
No matter how cool your Christmas presents may be this year, don't post them online.
If you've got an amazing computer, a fantastic new, car, a riding mower, something that could easily be walked off with, or if someone has surprised you with a cruise or a trip tomorrow, to Tahiti, these things are not things you should probably post about until after they're secured and the holidays are over.
Posting these gifts or your location could lead to property being stolen, so make sure any packages you may receive are also taken care of.
If you're going to be gone, not to post on Facebook that you're going to be gone a certain day and a certain time, or if you are getting items through UPS or FedEx or the Postal Service, that you have, an availability for someone to pick them up or in a safe location they be delivered to.
In South Central Kentucky, Because local matters, Noah Fairber, WNKY News 40.
Well, every day, Potter Children's Home makes a difference in the lives of children, single parents, and things aren't any different during the holidays. For decades now, the Children's Home has given the kids and parents the chance to make Christmas wish lists, and communities across South Central Kentucky give them the gifts to make sure they all receive the Christmas they deserve.
Many of our residents have had Christmases where they got nothing or got very little. And so they're just really excited, they're thankful. It's just a joy to help them have the kind of Christmas that we want them to have.
To help the Potter Children's Home, you can do more than donate gifts. You can also volunteer. For more details on how you can get involved, visit our website at WNKY.com. And the numbers are in. This year's Toys for Tots Hand It to a Hero was a huge success. Organizers of Saturday's event say they collected more than $5,000 and around 800 individual toys. This weekend, over 300 local families will receive their bags of blessings at the Toys for Tots North Pole, located inside Meadows and More on Old Barren River Road in Warren County. Everyone is invited to come out and witness the magic of this annual event from 9 to 11 a.m. Speaking of Christmas, WKU Greek Life is giving back to the community with an event aiming to give children in the community gifts during the holidays. News 40 reporter Tucker Covey has more. Take a look.
Members of WKU Greek Life came together inside of the Downing Student Union building to wrap gifts for children at Parker Bennett Curry Elementary.
This is a nice event because it's something that brings all of our chapters together and brings our three councils together. We have the NPHC, IFC, and Penland councils. It brings all of us together, and it's fun because it's something where we're doing something positive and meaningful for the community and for deserving kids at Parker Bennett Curry.
Each fraternity and sorority was assigned a student at Parker Bennett Curry and shopped for gifts for them for the holidays.
We got like a list of what our kid wanted, and he was a really easy kid to shop for, sweet little 10-year-old boy. He just wanted some warm clothes for the winter and a scooter to play with, and so we were more than happy to provide that for him.
This event allows members of Greek Life at WKU to make a difference in someone's life, and it gives back to the community, making a child's Christmas a little bit brighter.
I just think that even if you're not in any kind of organization, being able to do a little good deed for somebody, anybody at any time, will always make somebody's day a little brighter. You never know what somebody's going through. Again, just to be able to do something to make their holiday season just a little nicer for them. If you have the opportunity, do it.
In Bowling Green, because local matters, Tucker Covey, WNKY News 40.
And earlier tonight, organizers at the Med Center kicked off their 25th annual Make the Season Bright fundraiser with the annual lighting of the Christmas tree. There was plenty of caroling, hot chocolate, and visitors were even able to take pictures with Santa. The Make the Season Bright fundraiser will be ongoing until December 31st. You can learn more about the honoring of the memory of someone special in your life by visiting lightuptheseason.org. Well, let's send things over to Weather Chief Chris Allen for a look at outside. Chris?
Yeah. Outside is cold. I'm sure they were all bundled up as they should be for temperatures this cold, and it's only going to get colder tonight before we start to see a warm up. Today's high didn't even hit 40, 39 officially at the airport. 54 is where we should be. That's a 15-degree difference, or 15 degrees colder than normal. 29 was our low this morning. We could be close to maybe 10 degrees colder than that by tomorrow morning, but it should be the last time that we have temperatures this cold for the stretch over the coming days through the weekend, beginning of next week. I'm calling for a low of 19 under a clear sky tonight. I'll talk about the warm up and even some rain chances coming in the next few days in our 7-day forecast. But right now, Patrick has a preview of sports.
All right, thanks, Chris. We have plenty coming up in sports tonight. We preview our final high school teams as basketball season has officially tipped off in our area. Hear from the Bowling Green head coaches in just a few minutes. Plus, Greenwood, South Warren, and Warren East were all in action tonight. We have all those highlights in sports. Michael.
Thank you, Patrick. Well, a new home is being built in Bowling Green that's going to give women and unborn children in crisis the chance to have a better life by providing more than shelter. News 40 reporter Carlisle Coppins tells us more.
Two women are coming together to create a home for pregnant women with nowhere to go. This is a mission that is on all of our hearts, and these women need support. They couch surf, or they sleep in the back of their car, or they are in a shelter. But then where do they go during the day? How do they get to their doctor's visits? You know, where do they eat the rest of the day? Do they have a job?
Missy and Catherine learned from many medical professionals that pregnant women with no support have issues during and after pregnancy.
And we thought it was time that we stepped up and provided for the women who are in such terrible housing situations. And we also want them to know that we believe in them enough that they can start working on turning their lives around, finish their education, plan for their career.
Missy and Catherine are making it their mission to not only help pregnant women in crisis, but also their future by helping them re-enter their community with their child better than before.
We want them to feel that they're being loved and nurtured, and that the decision that they made is doable, that they can have this baby because we're going to give them the support that they need to do it.
In Bowling Green, because local matters, Carlisle Coppins, WNKY News 40.
There's staggering news surrounding pregnant and postpartum women tonight. We're learning that the overdose death rate for these individuals is on the rise. The National Institute on Drug Abuse found that overdose deaths more than tripled in women aged 35 to 44 between 2018 and 2021. Experts say it could be related to the isolation associated with COVID-19, along with the stigma surrounding women and substance abuse. Previous research shows that pregnant women are less likely to receive an appointment to an addiction treatment center and often face punishment for their substance use. Well, after a busy holiday travel weekend, respiratory virus season is ramping up across the country. Forecasting from the CDC suggests there will be about the same number of hospitalizations as last season. In tonight's Health Minute, we take a look at the latest data and how to keep you and your family healthy. Across the U.S., flu, COVID-19, and RSV are spreading.
It is that time of year, and we know that all of the respiratory viral illnesses are starting to ramp up.
Flu cases are rising across most of the country, especially in Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, and South Carolina. While outpatient visits for flu-like illnesses are lower than this time last year, they're still higher than the previous 4 seasons. COVID-19 hospital admissions and emergency department visits are also on the rise again after a few weeks of decline.
I was in the hospital on call this holiday weekend, and I'm certainly starting to see more people being hospitalized, mainly with COVID.
Dr. Kristen England with Cleveland Clinic says it's not too late to protect you and your family through vaccination. More than a third of adults and children have gotten a flu shot this year. When it comes to the new COVID-19 vaccine, nearly 16% of adults and just over 6% of children have gotten it, and nearly 15% of adults ages 60 and up have gotten the new RSV vaccine.
Vaccinations will always be the key way to prevent the transmission of any of these respiratory viral illnesses.
Still to come on News 40 at 10, more hostages take their first steps toward freedom. What can we expect as the ceasefire is extended between Hamas and Israel? That answer is on the way. But first, Weather Chief Chris Allen is in with a full look at your forecast.
The competition is on.
This is nerve-wracking.
Do you have what it takes for Jeopardy? Weeknights at 6 on NBC 40.
I'm Ashley Wilson. Here's what's coming up tomorrow on News 40 Sunrise. Get the inside scoop on the upcoming Lost River Sessions, plus discover the story of how one local veteran served our country in this week's Voices of Honor. These stories on News 40 Sunrise.
Summer skies, they warm up everything. Then fall comes around, and you know it's getting near. Christmas is my favorite time. Experience so much Christmas the way Santa does.
For more than a decade, Morgan's Fresh Cut Trees has been supplying your family with trees, wreaths, and everything in between. Come find the perfect tree for your family. Morgan's Fresh Cut Trees, located next to the Lost River Cave gift shop. For more than a decade, Morgan's Fresh Cut Trees has been supplying your family with trees, wreaths, and everything in between. Come find the perfect tree for your family. Morgan's Fresh Cut Trees, located next to the Lost River Cave gift shop.
Do you have bricks cracking, doors and windows sticking, or cracks in your drywall? USS is here to help. Changing weather conditions cause the soil around your home to shift and your foundation to settle, compromising your home's structural integrity. USS can stabilize and even lift your foundation with our customized piering solutions, all backed by a transferable lifetime warranty. Visit USS-KY.com for a free estimate.
We'll guarantee our best. Call USS.
WNKY News 40 is always on at WNKY.com.
Welcome back to News 40. It's now time for a full look at your forecast. Chris, it is frigid outside.
Do I even need to tell you that it's going to be probably cold enough tonight to where you'll have to need maybe an extra blanket, crank up the heat a little bit more?
I turned up the heat before I came back over here to the station. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
I hope you throw an extra blanket or something on you because you'll need it.
Gotcha.
I wouldn't be too surprised if in the morning we will take a look at temperatures and notice that they're in the upper teens over much of the area because it's going to be that kind of a night. Now, there is much warmer air coming our way. We just got to wait on it a little bit longer. This is going to start kicking in tomorrow, and all the way through about the 9th of December, we're going to start to feel some much warmer air coming in, near normal over the next several days, but some of this warmer air to the west will soon transport itself over the Ohio Valley and the Tennessee Valley. We're going to see temperatures more into the 60s as we get into that period of time, but right now, not so much. In fact, this could be one of the coldest nights that we've had around here in several months. 25 is the current temperature as of 10 o'clock at the Bowling Green Airport. Thankfully, the winds are calm. But look at this, humidity 71%. The dew point has fallen to 17, which means some of you could actually get maybe a low tonight of 17, 18, 19, and that's already happening. Look at Morgantown. You've dropped to 19. That's the temperature right now. 16 is your temperature in Litchfield. 18 in Hardinsburg. There's Calhoun at 19 at this hour. Even to the east of us, Burkesville is at 17. That is crazy cold, and it's going to stay that way all evening until early tomorrow morning when some southerly breezes start to kick in, and then that's when we're going to start to feel a little bit warmer air during the day tomorrow. And these dew points are already well into the teens all over southern Kentucky at every mesonet site. That's an indicator of just how dry the atmosphere is, and because there are no clouds to blanket anything, then everything is just a crystal clear sky and very cold air, because we're on the east side of this high pressure ridge, which is down over the Gulf Coast. Now, as it moves east tomorrow, we'll start to get a more southerly flow that will kick in. In fact, by tomorrow morning, after we establish lows in the teens and low 20s, then we'll start to warm up. The breezes will start to pick up from the south as we go through the day tomorrow. And with lots of sunshine, I think we could get into the low to mid 50s. More of a southwesterly flow as we get into Wednesday night and into Thursday. But here comes an approaching front. And here you see some light rain with some heavier rain back west of that as we get into Thursday night. That is going to be when we'll start to see shower activity here. And for Friday, there's two systems over the weekend. Another one comes in on Sunday. I'm going with and sticking with this 19 tonight, clear and very cold here in the city of Bowling Green. Could get colder than that, as you've already seen out in the countryside. Then a warmer 53 tomorrow, 60 on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. But we've got good rain chances, not enough to wash out parades, but we'll have to dodge some showers here and there. And then we fall back into the low to mid 50s for Monday, Tuesday of next week. And we're back with more News 40 at 10 right after this.
I'm attorney Deborah Brose. I am committed to my clients across South Central Kentucky. But don't just take it from me. If you've suffered a personal injury, I can help. Call our office today for a free consultation.
This holiday season, recharge with the Planet Fitness Black Card for just $1 down and $24.99 a month. So instead of fighting a stranger over a T-Rex, bring a friend for free and work out on the TRX. Instead of freezing in line for a deal, relax with some Hydra Massage feels. Instead of in-laws in your face.
Did you hear the owl?
Get some space at any of our 2,400 locations with the PF Black Card. Just $1 down, $24.99 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends November 30th.
However you do the holidays, do it together in the Chevy that's right for you. The strong and capable Chevy Silverado, the award-winning Chevy Equinox, or the all-new Chevy Trax. This holiday season, do more together in a new Chevy. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 pickups, or use your Red Tag bonus cash to get $3,500 total cash allowance on this Silverado. Visit Campbell Chevrolet or Don Franklin Chevrolet.
Pathways meets with their clients face-to-face, and we take clients on tours of the senior communities if needed. We are local people, we work in this community, and we care about this community.
To find Enjoy a great lunch with a different food truck every week and help support our local charities.
Join us for Food Truck Fridays at the Tidballs parking lot on Chestnut Street. Part of your lunch purchase will be donated to a local nonprofit by Flora Templeton Stewart and our food trucks.
Food Truck Friday has collected over $10,000, making a difference in our community.
Brought to you by the law firm of Flora Templeton Stewart.
In Atlanta today, a public tribute to former First Lady Rosalynn Carter. Presidents past and present were there, including Mrs. Carter's husband, former President Jimmy Carter. Blaine Alexander has more.
A fitting final farewell for a former First Lady. Flanked by her grandchildren, Rosalynn Carter's casket carried into Atlanta's Glen Memorial Church. Awaiting her inside, former President Jimmy Carter, wheelchair-bound and covered with a blanket. For more than 77 years, the two were side by side. Now, at age 99, he made the long trip from Plains, Georgia, to bid his wife goodbye. Joining him, President and Mrs. Biden, Vice President Harris, and former President Clinton, along with every living former First Lady. The ceremony itself was a moving snapshot of the things Mrs. Carter held dear. From the music, including a tribute from the Carters' close friends, Trisha Yearwood and Garth Brooks. You may say I'm a dreamer. To the speakers themselves, among them her richest legacy, her children.
My mother was the glue that held our family together through the ups and downs and thicks and thins.
And daughter, Amy, today holding back tears as she read a love letter from her father to her mother, written 75 years ago.
When I see you, I fall in love with you all over again. Does that seem strange to you? It doesn't to me. Goodbye, darling. Until tomorrow, Jimmy.
But amid the tears, moments of joy.
Her most viral moment was when they were at a baseball game and the Braves put them on the kiss cam. And just like today, I mean, people were crying at the Braves game, you know.
Mrs. Carter's motorcade will now head back to Plains, Georgia, where she will be laid to rest in a private ceremony tomorrow. Blaine Alexander, NBC News, Atlanta.
Moving to Capitol Hill now, where presidents from some of the most respected colleges in the country are set to testify before Congress. Next week, presidents from Harvard, MIT, and University of Pennsylvania will speak to the House Committee on Education and Workforce. The hearing is on anti-Semitism on campus. Tensions have surged at some schools following the October 7th attack on Israel by Hamas. Some lawmakers want to hold school officials accountable. Many university leaders are struggling to strike a balance between protecting students and allowing the expression of all opinions. Hamas released more hostages on the fifth day of the temporary truce in the war in Gaza. As Natalie Brand reports from the White House, international mediators are working to extend the ceasefire between Israel and Hamas again before it's set to end on Wednesday.
More than 7 weeks after the gruesome terror attacks, Israelis found something to cheer about on Tuesday. The crowd celebrated as vehicles carrying the latest group of freed hostages arrived in the Jewish state. On day 5 of the temporary pause in the war, Hamas released 10 Israelis, 9 women, and a 17-year-old girl, plus 2 Thai foreign nationals. But in Tel Aviv, family members are still waiting for the release of Kafir Bibas, a 10-month-old boy who has spent nearly a fifth of his life in Hamas captivity. Israel, which vows to resume the war to crush Hamas after the pause ends, freed 30 prisoners. The ceasefire deal is set to run out on Wednesday, but could be extended again. That would also provide an extended window to bring more humanitarian aid into Gaza.
CIA Director William Burns traveled to Doha, and Secretary of State Antony Blinken is scheduled to return to Israel and the West Bank later this week as the U.S. continues diplomatic efforts to work to secure the release of all hostages, including men and soldiers.
No Americans were returned to freedom on Tuesday. Up to 9 remain unaccounted for, including 19-year-old Itai Chen.
We just have to hope that the fact that he is a U.S. citizen, maybe that gives him maybe an extra layer of protection, but I don't think it matters too much to Hamas.
So far, 81 hostages have been freed during the temporary truce. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Washington.
When we come back, Patrick Carey is in with a look at your sports.
The Sonic Garlic Butter Bacon Cheeseburger is back for good. If you're wondering why, let us clarify. Garlic butter, cheese, garlic butter, bacon, garlic butter. Need we say more? Sonic Garlic Butter Bacon Cheeseburger.
Is your search for a new home on hold because of high interest rates and high monthly payments? Jago Homes has your solution with a low 4.99 fixed interest rate and no energy bills for 2 years. You'll enjoy open, spacious living, and your family will be comfortable year-round with exclusive energy-smart technology. Learn why a new Jago home is more affordable than you think at jagohomes.com. Because life is too precious to be put on hold.
At FHG, we carry the Johnny O signature brand of clothing that's designed for comfort and made to last. We are dedicated to carrying only the finest clothing and to providing a service that exceeds expectations and to offer the Bowling Green area the best of the best for any man. When clothing makes the man, FHG makes the clothes. From the golf course to the office, FHG and Johnny O have you covered. FHG, clothing and service with a purpose.
Hey, Western Kentucky, we've got a look at the last Titans game, a preview of the next Titans game on the Mike Vrabel Show presented by SeatGeek. Come hang out with us.
Watch the Coach Mike Vrabel Show Sunday mornings on WNKY CBS 40. WNKY News 40 is always on at WNKY.com.
Hey, I'm Tommy.
I'm Mick.
And I'm Chief.
And this is Kid.
And if you're looking for a wild ride, you don't want to miss us this week on Marquee Backstage.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Western Kentucky, we've got a look at the last Titans game, a preview of the next Titans game on the Mike Vrabel Show presented by SeatGeek. Come hang out with us.
Watch the Coach Mike Vrabel Show Sunday mornings on WNKY CBS 40.
The Sonic Hickory Barbecue Cheeseburger is the perfect, quick, and delicious fix for when you're craving a melty cheeseburger and bold and tangy barbecue sauce. But also anyone other than you to cook it. Sonic Hickory Barbecue Cheeseburger.
Welcome to sports. High school basketball is officially back in full swing, and we start our recaps at South Warren High School. As the Lady Spartans tipped off their new season tonight, the Spartans hosted Davies County, looking to start the new year with a win, but the Lady Panthers took down South Warren 63-41. The Spartans will be back in action against Meade County on December 1st. And to Warren East High School for a doubleheader tonight, the Lady Raiders hosting the Swarming Hornets of Metcalfe County, and it was Warren East who cashed out early. The Lady Raiders topped the Lady Hornets 64-58, picking up a massive win to start the new season. They will play Hart County this Thursday at 6 p.m. And then it was the boys' turn to take the floor. Could the Raiders get this sweep to tip off the new year? Warren East has quite a few new faces, losing a handful of seniors last season, but that did not slow them down tonight, taking down the Hornets 82-54. The Raiders boys team will be back in action next month when they play Barron County on the road. And the Greenwood Gators look to start the new season off on a high note in the Swamp, taking on the Russell County Lakers. The Gators, who were without star guard Asher Pettis, fell on opening night to the Lakers. Final score of that one was 67-54. Greenwood will be back in action on Friday in Glasgow for a matchup with the Scotties. Well, with high school hoops officially beginning, we have one more program to preview. The Bowling Green Lady Purples enter the year after winning the district and region championships before falling in the state tournament to Owensboro Catholic. The team lost a few key seniors, but will look to bounce back with a new group this season. Lady Purples head coach Calvin Head spoke on this year's team and how he feels going into the new year.
I think things are going pretty well. I mean, got a new group, just trying to figure things out. I think we're getting better daily. And so from October 15th to now, I think we're trending in the right way.
And the boys team is looking to get back to the top of the district and region after falling in both championship games to Warren Central last season. With every single player from last year returning, they'll be a force in the area, led by forward Mason Ritter and guards MJ Wardlow and Deuce Bailey. Head coach DG Sherrill spoke on this team's leadership and how competitive it is in the 14th district.
We've had, good leadership. Our senior got a good senior group. We didn't have it last year, so we got some good leadership in the gym. And kids are playing hard or listening, so we're looking forward to an exciting year. 14th district is always just it's a gauntlet. And nothing will change this year. It'll still be a miserable road.
And WKA football closed out the 2023 regular season with a win over FIU on Saturday night. The Tops took care of business in Miami, topping the Panthers 41-28. WKA finishes the regular season 7-5 and is now waiting for their bowl game selection. Here were head coach Tyson Helton's thoughts about his team after the win.
All three phases, we played at a high level. I mean, there's some things obviously we could have done better, but we played as a unit tonight. Throughout parts of the season, we did it, and so it was great to see that. We got to carry that momentum into the bowl game now.
Well, that's a look at sports. We'll be right back.
My mom's Alzheimer's never changed how much we love her, but it did change her. She developed agitation that may happen with dementia due to Alzheimer's disease. She started yelling, pacing around, kept repeating the same questions. She got agitated often, so we asked her doctor for help.
Rexulti is the only FDA-approved medication proven to reduce agitation symptoms that may happen with dementia due to Alzheimer's disease. Rexulti can cause serious side effects. Elderly dementia patients have increased risk of death or stroke. Report fever, stiff muscles, and confusion, which can be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements, which may be permanent. High blood sugar, which can lead to coma or death. Weight gain, increased cholesterol, low white blood cells, unusual urges, dizziness on standing, falls, seizures, trouble swallowing, or sleepiness may occur. Take action for your loved one. Ask their doctor about Rexulti.
How does your Santa relax? Rocking? Maybe he glides. Or is he a reclining Santa? Whatever makes him happy, Ford's Furniture has it in our huge selection of recliners and accent chairs. On sale now at Ford's Furniture in Bowling Green.
It's time for Nat's annual Christmas Bikes for Kids.
You can help by donating a new or gently used bike.
At Nat's Outdoor Sports. The bike shop at Nat's Outdoor Sports will make any needed repairs.
And the Bowling Green JCs will distribute bikes to underprivileged children throughout our community.
Nat's will be accepting new and used bikes until December 5th. Nat's Bikes for Kids, sponsored by WNKY News 40.
I'll hit Woohoo 107.
And these great sponsors.
WNKY News 40 is always on at WNKY.com.
I'm waking up my day, so let's get it started. Turn it up, turn it on, keep the morning moving right along. Yeah, I'm waking up my day, News 40 sunrise way. I'm waking up my day, WNKY. Yeah, when you want the force to get you out the door. I'm waking up my day, that is 40 sunrise way.
Weekday morning starting at 6.
Well, you know, guys, I know that you're excited that, you know, basketball has started now. You don't have to be outside as much.
I am.
Yeah.
Very much so. The end of football season there got a little rough.
Yeah, no, for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
But for tonight, the lows, I know they're getting down pretty low, Chris. So I'm sure we'd all be glad to be inside tonight, moving into the early hours of tomorrow morning and waiting for that warm air to come in next week that you were talking about.
It's going to come in, but tonight, not so much. 19, very cold and very clear.
Freezing.
Yes, and then we'll get to 53 tomorrow. Finally, starting to warm up.
Well, thank you all so much for joining us here for News 40 at 10.